Perhaps we can enjoy the silence together, because we all saw the title. You already know we're diving into some exciting Bridgerton Season 4 details. We're talking about how the new season can finally bring a storyline I've been waiting for, thanks to Colin and Penelope's son, and how it's breaking a major romance trend with Benedict and Sophie. Plus, there's a behind-the-scenes video giving us a first look at returning characters like Eloise, Penelope, Benedict, and Francesca. And of course, we'll be breaking down all the hidden details and Easter eggs. So, without further ado, let's get into everything we know about Bridgerton Season 4. Let's start by breaking down the behind-the-scenes video from Season 4. With production officially underway, we've got a sneak peek at some returning characters and even a few fresh faces on set. The latest BTS clip shows the cast filming on location, bundled up in coats over their Regency-era costumes. For those who need a quick refresher, Bridgerton is based on Julia Quinn's novels and follows the love lives of the Bridgerton family as they navigate high society in Regency-era England. Season 4 shifts the focus to Benedict Bridgerton, played by Luke Thompson, and his romance with the mysterious Sophie Beck, played by newcomer Yaren Ha. In the new BTS footage, we see familiar faces like Thompson, Hannah Dodd, and Victor Ali, along with him making her debut. Plus, Claudia Jessie and Nicola Coughlan are back interacting on set, which is exciting considering where their friendship left off last season. This new clip confirms that Francesca and John's marriage will continue to be explored, but Francesca's unexpected connection with Michaela Sterling still leaves a big question mark. Will Michaela return? That remains to be seen. But this storyline could be setting up Francesca's future arc in a later season, based on when he was wicked. As for Penelope and Eloise, their dynamic in Season 4 is still a mystery. With Penelope now happily married to Colin and stepping away from her Lady Whistledown identity, she might take a more supportive role in Eloise's story. And who knows? This season could be planting the seeds for Eloise's own romance in the future. One of the most exciting aspects of this season is Benedict's love story. Season 4 is embracing a Cinderella-style romance as Benedict falls for Sophie, a woman who's been dealt a rough hand in life. Their love story will likely challenge the rigid expectations of high society, making for an emotional and satisfying arc. Even though the BTS footage doesn't reveal too much thanks to all those winter coats, it's enough to get fans hyped for what's next. The return of beloved characters, the introduction of Sophie, and the promise of fresh romance all signal that Season 4 is shaping up to be another must-watch chapter in the series. Now, let's break down what makes Season 4 so unique specifically, how it's shaking up the show's usual romance formula. Since Bridgerton first arrived on Netflix, each season has centered around one of the Bridgerton siblings finding love within the elite world of Regency-era England. We saw Daphne and Simon's whirlwind romance in Season 1, Anthony and Kate's fiery love story in Season 2, and most recently, Colin and Penelope's long-awaited relationship in Season 3. Now, with Season 4 on the horizon, it's Benedict's turn in the spotlight. Played by Luke Thompson, Benedict will be paired with newcomer Yaren Ha as Sophie Beck. Their story will be inspired by an offer from a gentleman, the third book in Julia Quinn's Bridgerton series. Though, as with previous seasons, some changes will be made to fit the show's vision. One of the most intriguing aspects of Sophie's character is her social status, which sets her love story with Benedict apart from the romances we've seen so far. Unlike the previous Bridgerton romances, which mostly involved upper-class couples, Season 4 will dive into the love story between characters from vastly different social standings, has always been an intriguing aspect of Bridgerton. While the show has briefly touched on class differences before, such as Anthony's ill-fated romance with opera singer Sienna in Season 1 or Eloise's connection with working-class activist Theo in Season 2, Those relationships never reached a happily ever after. With Benedict and Sophie, this social divide isn't just a subplot. However, there's a catch. In the original book, Sophie is only able to marry Benedict after she's granted a higher social status, thanks to Violet Bridgerton. Sophie's cruel stepmother is pressured into acknowledging her as a distant relative, which allows Sophie to step into the world of high society. Without this status upgrade, their marriage would have been scandalous and unthinkable. Before this happens, Benedict even suggests making Sophie his mistress, something many fans hope the show will leave out. Since Bridgerton has mostly focused on the elite, Sophie's background could give audiences a fresh perspective on the lives of those outside the ton. So far, it's been confirmed that the show will introduce Sophie's stepmother and stepsister, but it remains to be seen how deeply it will explore Sophie's struggle as a servant. If the show stays true to her original story, it could add a new layer to the Bridgerton world that we haven't seen before, much like how Season 2 made significant changes to Kate Sharma's backstory, including her ethnicity and upbringing. It's likely that Season 4 will make adjustments to Sophie's character as well. We already know her last name has been changed from Beckett to Beck to reflect Jan-Ha's Korean heritage, but other aspects of her past could also be reimagined. Since An Offer from a Gentleman is essentially a Cinderella story, it will be interesting to see how Bridgerton incorporates those fairy tale elements while still keeping things fresh. Regardless of the changes, one thing is certain: Benedict and Sophie's romance will bring something entirely new to Bridgerton, making Season 4 one of the most anticipated yet. That said, Season 4 has the perfect opportunity to explore this side of their relationship. For a bit of context, Bridgerton is a Netflix series based on Julia Quinn's books, with each season focusing on a different Bridgerton sibling finding love. Season 1 was about Daphne and Simon. Season 2 centered around Anthony and Kate. Season 3 was all about Colin and Penelope. Now, filming for Season 4 began in September 2024 and is expected to wrap up in spring 2025. But we won't get the new episodes until 2026. This season will primarily focus on Benedict and Sophie's love story, but will also feature familiar faces like Anthony, Kate, Colin, and Penelope. This gives the show the perfect opportunity to dive into parenthood, something that hasn't really been explored with the main couples yet. After all, their romances are fan favorites, and it would be a missed opportunity not to show them as parents. In any case, I'm really hoping Season 4 finally gives us the parenting stories we've been craving. And that's a wrap for today's video. If you want to stay updated on all the latest movie and TV buzz, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. I'll be dropping more updates soon, including 10 things from Francesca's book story that Bridgerton must keep after the Michaela Sterling twist, along with news on some of your other favorite shows and films. Stay tuned, and I'll catch you in the next one.